Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney. We have a question from YouTube user Forgive and Move On, who asked us, "Hi, Mr. White. Thank you for caring. My pleasure and my job. What if after submitting your rebuttal, you find out the assistant who was assigned to work with you is actually a disbarred attorney?" So, a couple ways to look at this. A couple ways, right? I'll give a little bit of context first. In law, there's a bunch of attorneys who end up getting disbarred for a variety of reasons. And often what they'll do is get jobs as paralegals or legal assistants in their field of law because it's the only field they know and the only way they know how to earn a living. So they'll work for generally less money as like a paralegal or a legal assistant because they can't work as lawyers anymore. They're disbarred, right? Now, that can be fantastic because you can get a highly experienced attorney at a legal assistant rate. Could be the work product that came out of that legal assistant for your rebuttal was amazing, right? Could be incredible. But that being, I'm mocking someone I used to work for who said incredible like that. Uh, very smart person, incredibly talented at their job, just not at saying the word incredible. Um, but my point is, you could be getting this incredible work product out of this attorney, with 10, 20 years experience in the field, and you could be getting a tremendous advantage. Counterpoint, it kind of depends on what they were disbarred for, right? There's a lot of things you can get disbarred for that don't really impact the quality of the work, and all of those would be fine, right? Like, if this person was disbarred for murder, right? If they committed murder and they were disbarred because the bar association was like, "Hey man, you're kind of murdery. We don't think you should be a lawyer anymore." I would say to you, maybe don't be alone with that person, but doesn't impact the quality of the work, right? If instead they were disbarred for not returning the client's phone calls, absconding with money, doing bad work, harming, repeat malpractice, whatever it is, whatever reason they were disbarred for, then I would say, well, maybe that person's not well suited to working on your rebuttal and working as a legal assistant. Like, that person might not be fit for that gig, and that happens. And there's a million and one reasons why an attorney can be disbarred, ranging from substance abuse to absconding with client funds to being too mean, anger management, stuff like that, right? So I guess my answer is, one, it depends on why they were disbarred, whether or not I think it's okay, and two, because people do deserve second chances, right? And if the reason why they were disbarred is not a reason that would impact the quality of this rebuttal, then I would say, cool, that's awesome. You probably got a windfall. I'm not saying attorneys are necessarily better than paras or legal assistants, but I am saying if you got the benefit of an attorney with 10, 20 years experience in the field, working at a para or a legal assistant level, that feels like it could be a win, right? But by the same token, if it's just like this person was disbarred because they don't do a good job, or they were disbarred for some reason tied to them not doing a good job for their clients, then I would say I have questions, and I would have a serious conversation with the attorney who's representing you, who owns the firm, as to why that happened and the quality of the rebuttal, and kind of go through that rebuttal line by line to make sure that you received the level of representation you deserved from that firm. So, spoiler, the answer is it depends, right? I mean, listen, if Genghis Khan applied for a job at our firm and he was the best rebuttal writer in the world, would I be like, Genghis, you've got to stop committing genocide? Yeah, of course. But also, I'd be like, those are some damn good rebuttals, Genghis. I think you're making a real difference here, and we might need to have a conversation about. I'm joking. Obviously, we're not hiring people who commit genocide, but kind of my point is, like, the genocide's not related to the quality of the rebuttal. I mean, I think I'd be uncomfortable with Genghis Khan working at the firm, right? My point, you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, if it's something that matters to the rebuttal, if the rebuttal is not good, then I have issues. If the rebuttal is amazing and the attorney who's supervising the case is keeping a close eye, and you feel that good work was done, then I'm okay with it. That's not necessarily an issue, and it's not. It doesn't sound like it's illegal. The person's not doing legal work. It sounds like they're doing legal assistant work. Listen, an attorney better have reviewed that from my perspective, right? That's a requirement. If you have a non-attorney doing legal work, an attorney must then be reviewing it before it's filed. But assuming good work was done and it was properly reviewed, I'm fine with it. I guess depending on why they were disbarred, right? I think I'm repeating myself at this point. YouTube user, forgive and move on. I hope this answers your question. If it did, like, subscribe, comment down below. It helps me to help more people just like you. And remember, almost everybody works. Not everybody wins. Be smart out there.